Hi, my name is Christina Leo, and I will be reading a selection from my short story, Northern Lights. At the tilted pole of a distant planet, on the date of the summer solstice, the eyes of a young astronomer reflect the faint glow of a radio-sized machine which measures the countdown to sunrise. This far north, it will be the only daybreak of the year. 4 minutes of morning. Wilted logbooks lie beside her in the snow, open to her notes and weighted with shards of sea glass. She glances briefly at them, at the penciled calculations of parsecs and parallax, and despairs at the neatness of her penmanship. No one demands her data or commands her to be swifter. The dispatches she receives from the southern posts, from the teams of scientists scurrying to report on new medicines, new weapons, new morals, arrive dimensionless to her computer screens with rarely a spot of handwriting. Their world hurries to repair itself, to repopulate, replace. No one craves the mathematics of the sky's unblustered canopy. And so she is alone at the pole. She had wanted to be. She uses time to write slowly, to linger in the trails of her numbers, her words, meridian, aphelion, obliquity. Years ago, when the astronomer stood no taller than the heads of dune grass, she had lived above the cliffs of an island on the wider side of the world. The sands there jostled underfoot, black and porous and rough, lapilli stones, her father had called them, volcanic remnants of an earth on fire. Once, after dinner, the astronomer and her brother had slipped out the back gate of their mother's garden and into the shade of the woods, a damp and quivering jungle which sprung from a river and led to the coast. They sometimes brought their records there and listened to music by the sea. This time they carried a net, stalking the thin crustaceans which scurried up the bark of antler-torn trees, watching for the larger beasts which hid, impossibly, out of sight. They stained their shoes with moss. They mimicked the caws of feather-crowned birds, pocketed the sun-bleached skull of a shrew. Bare-shouldered, red-kneed, they made their way to the beach, where night appeared with the blue-ringed planet and its 2 twin moons, where they realized, in the dark, that they had forgotten their lanterns on the kitchen table. They wandered, lost for what felt like hours. The sky had merged with the sea. As they rested in the sand with their backs to the tide, the astronomer lifted a piece of the lapilli stone just above the line of the bordering cliffs, cradling a low-hanging star in the groove of the stones in perfect shape. She did not know the constellations then. She did not know that the star she cradled was among those clusters which showed the way north, and whose names appeared in all the annals of the old explorers. She did not know that the stars of her island were also the stars of the pole, and that they led to the everlasting night at the catty corner of the world. Her chosen star winked in the darkness until, from around the edges of the stone, the blackness of space began to pale. A spot of brilliance gathered behind the grass on the cliff, growing into a haze which swallowed the star and began almost to solidify. The astronomer recognized the effect as she had recognized the glare of lighthouses through mist and rain. A beacon. Her brother shook her shoulder, told her to stand and wave her arms. And when the astronomer brushed off her knees and looked again toward the bluffs, it was the beam of her parents' lanterns which emerged fully formed the ridge. It came with a hum like music, one long, high-pitched note, one low, until the sound of her name grew rich on the wind. She squinted into the glow of the mantles crusting on her cheeks, her nose, and even, as she cried back, in the palate of her mouth, a taste like honeysuckle, soft and fleeting. From behind her, she thought, the gasp of a porpoise broke the surface of the sea before silencing once more and diving away. "These are the rules," her parents said afterward. "If you get lost again, stay put. Don't move. Wait for us to find you." Many years later, the astronomer stood again on the beach of the lapilli sand, in the stench of brine and sea-rotted scales, in the shadow of the cliffs. No one at home. Only the survivors, their bodies still clean, unblemished by illness, wandered the coast. They stood in the surf as if searching for a single particle of scattered ash, one lonesome fleck of memory, to pass over their bare feet, to cling to their skin. Wait for us to find you. She couldn't bring herself to stay. By then, the astronomer had learned that lapilli stones don't always come from the earth. Some of them, indistinguishable by sight, arrive from the opposite direction, from the plummet of meteors crashing from space.